Back to Kulak. Mantha thought about a shot. Instead, a wrister that goes just wide, shooting for a stick in front, and didn't miss Brazeau by much. Mantha, seam pass in front. Score! Brazeau! The one touch from Kendall. Power play goal. Tic-tac-toe. And the Penguins have the early lead.
The fastest thing on the ice is the puck, and when you can move it quickly with quick touches, it becomes a huge advantage, especially on the power play. Great shot pass in front by Kendall, and Brazeau down on one knee, a la the great Brett Hull. Not for the one-timer, but just guiding it in.
The only shot on their opening power play was the goal. Rust in the corner, feeds the point. Letang again, the quarterback. Into the bumper it goes. Crosby a return to Letang. Across to Rust. Rust shoots. Score! Another power play goal for Pittsburgh. Rust picks the corner, and it's 2-0 Penguins.
It's into this power play. The Penguins get to their set. I want you to watch the left of your screen. Number 71, Evgeny Malkin. Now the shot is from Bryan Rust. And this one goes up and over the glove of Ersson. Now the foot of Malkin goes to sweep it, but that could be inconsequential. That looks to me to be a great goal. And
at 12:25, and now the Penguins 2 for 3 on the power play. Here in the opening period, Crosby ends up with the puck behind the net. Centering pass, Raquel put it right down the 5-hole of Ersson. Crosby a stick lift. Rust controls. Right back to Crosby. Wraparound try. Stopped by Ersson. And the rebound floats behind the net. Novak circles. One-timer off the outside of the net. Letang snuck down deep. Novak set him up. Minute and a half shift for this group for Philadelphia. Ooh. That's off the post. A blast from Mantha. Rust comes together with Sealer. Takes the shoulder. Rust on the goal line. Works it in front. Stop attempt. Save Ersson. And the rebound to the far corner. There is Konechny. Pitched back to the point to Drysdale. That high riser. Caroms to the far corner. And it's gathered by Novak. Stretched past Malkin. Chinakhov to the net. Score! 3-0. Pittsburgh. Malkin to Chinakhov.
Puck management is everything at every level. And if you are the Philadelphia Flyers, you got to be in good position, and you don't make a good play here at all. I mean, you just open up that back seam. Watch how wide open this is. It's just a miscommunication. And Geno Malkin, Hall of Famer, one of the top 100 players in the history of the league. This is too easy. What a great pass by him.
6th goal in the season for Chinakhov. Malkin and Novak the assists. Leading in Rodrigo Abels. Gathers, looks to center. Pounded by Shea. Up top, a drive. Score! Deflected in front. It may have been Abels. York with a blast. And Rodrigo Abels guides it behind Skinner. Just what the Flyers needed.
1 minute and 1 second later, the Flyers with a counter punch. I mentioned they've got to establish shot more. What I want you to watch is up high, watch Cam York. This is a perfectly placed shot pass by Cam York. Heads up play. Look at his head. It's up and it's perfectly delivered to the blade of Abels. Here it is here. Outstanding vision. And it looks as though that'll spend.
Held in by Juleson. Behind the net, a 2-on-2 battle out in front. Backhander meets glove save made. Where is the puck? Doing the snow angel in the paint is Skinner, and he's got it under the pads. Finally gets the whistle. Poked by Wotherspoon to St. Ivany. Shot attempts as Mantha moves in, shoots just off the outside of the post. Brazeau gathers it in, wheels, eyes the net. Kendall shoots. Juleson with a great block. Kulak down to the goal line. Brazeau tries to lift one. Kolosov hogging the near post. Makes a save. And they at least got themselves on the board.
Another untold story is the Flyers on the face-offs this period.
Here's Tippett. Shoot. Save made by Skinner. And the rebound swatted out to the neutral zone by Clifton. Off the skates of Rust. Stays onside as he was hopping over the boards to make a change. I think the Flyers bench reacting, hoping for too many men.
Yeah. Flyers 8-2 in their favor in terms of faceoffs. They've won 8-2, 80%.
Major collision. Save Kolosov off the backhander by Malkin. Drysdale checked by Kendall. Move by Konechny, stolen by Brazeau. Brazeau out in front, finds its way to Mantha, shoots, save, Kolosov, and he holds on. Terrific save. Chip pass blocked by a sliding Juleson. Thrown out in front by Lizotte. Ends up loose in the far corner. Kolosov wasn't sure where it was. Konechny tracked it down. Acciari has it. Acciari to the backhand. Save made. Flip. Score! Over the shoulder of Kolosov. Hard work by Acciari. Gives the Penguins their 3-goal lead back.
Period so far for the Flyers, but I want you to watch the Penguins go to work. Watch 55 in goal. One take and a little second take in front. And here it is. Watch him attack the net. And this one goes off the pad. He sticks with it on a second opportunity for Acciari. And it ramps up and over Kolosov. There it is in your living room. So all effort. Lizotte also with the little tip, as you'll see on the left of your screen here, for good measure. So a strong industrial type.
On the attack is Novak. Save Kolosov loose, and he paddles it to the half wall. Has been really good for Dan Muse, has it not?
Outstanding. Steady, efficient, both very good skaters.
Worked out in front. Save made on the doorstep. Skinner took one away from Zegras. Offensive zone on the power play continues for Pittsburgh. Crosby into the bumper. Raquel backhander stopped by Kolosov. Could not control the rebound. Dvorak can't clear. Malkin across to Crosby with 38 to go on the power play. It's right back to Malkin. Letang uses the end boards. Rust back to Malkin. Loaded to Letang with a drive. Tip wide. Crosby scores from Malkin. The trio does it again. Another goal for Crosby. And a 5-1 lead.
As a defenseman, and that keep extends this offensive zone possession. And they snap the puck around like the Harlem Globetrotters. Don't need sweet Georgia Brown. That's a beautiful play and a gorgeous power.
Acciari tries again for Novak. Wotherspoon a drive, blocked by Abols. Andre can't clear. Novak walks it in. Pass, score! Connor Dewar from Novak. And Pittsburgh pouring it on. They've got 6 on the board.
17 seconds later, the Penguins strike again, but watch Dewar net front, 19 in goal. Look at the tracking. Players always talk about tracking back. It's one thing to do that in the neutral zone or the defensive zone, but he does it in the offensive zone, and what a sauce. Look at this sauce. Unreal pass, saucer pass, and even better finish by Dewar.
Crosby tossing Erik Karlsson. That those guys deserve one more kick at the can, and are you a buyer? As Clifton with a riser.
So get as many young players that can play and compete as possible, and don't force trades that aren't necessarily there. And weaponize some of that cap space in the offseason.
Sealer scores! Sealer picks the corner over the glove side of Skinner, and it's 6-2.
What a shot. Absolute seed. Great shift here by the Flyers. Getting back to that cycle game. Good rotations. Motion creates confusion. Great motion. There's Denver Barkey, former London Knight in the OHL. Puts it on a pillow for Sealer. And Sealer with an absolute UFO top shelf. And you want to send a message to management to believe in your group. But the opposite is true if you're not doing well.
York stuffed by Skinner.
Yeah. Hathaway's like, all right, I see you.
And Hathaway heads off for a change.
He's still looking back, Hathaway.
Moving in, Barkey, that shot, score! Barkey with a terrific pass to set up Michkov. His first goal in quite a while, only his second for Matvei Michkov in his last 21 games.
One, the youngster Denver Barkey, fresh out of the OHL, a very good prospect. Makes an outstanding pass. 2, Michkov gets all of this one. He scores the goal. And remember, Michkov had that fight against Lizotte earlier.
In this Pennsylvania battle between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh for the Penguins, 6-3 is your final. As Pittsburgh gets their first win in regulation in their last 4, and 2 very important points.